Just like Jinshi, the first Sentinel Resonator from way back in patch 1.1, Kartetia, the second Sentinel Resonator, made a huge splash in the community because of her flashy animations, performance in the meta, and with people calling her the best DPS in the game. If we look at it from the perspective of the highest DPS possible, Kartetia's team would have the highest DPS in the game. But DPS numbers isn't everything for a DPS character to be considered good. In this video, I will be talking about Kartetia using 3 questions to see why she is such a great main DPS. I hope this video can help my fellow rovers in making decisions regarding pulling or skipping Kartetia, and maybe get a better understanding on how to make decisions regarding future main DPS characters other than their damage numbers. My name is Udin, let's talk about the game. Alright, so picture it like this. You are playing a certain team, and your goal is clearing Tower of Adversity boss floors. You are dealing with the boss, the timer, and your team rotation. If your character is not good at connecting their attacks to deal their damage, you will also have to worry about connecting your attacks to your target in order for your character to deal damage in the first place. Carlotta or Phoebe will have a much easier time hitting their target than characters like Gian or Calcharo, for example. However, in another type of content, in Whimpering Wastes, characters like Camellia or Gian will have a much easier time clearing multiple waves in one rotation than characters like Jinshi, for example, because of their AoE, and their way of dealing damage is leaning more towards constant damage and instead of dealing it in one quick attack. Different content favors different style of dealing damage, so a character who deals damage in a certain way and be able to perform greatly in multiple contents would be very valuable. Now let's see how Kartetia deals damage. In Kartetia form, her basic attack tree has a decently wide AoE, and basic attack 4 have a surprisingly long range and good tracking. Basic attack 4 inflicts arrow erosion, adding to her overall damage. Her resonance skill inflicts erosion too, and has decently wide AoE around her, but it doesn't have any mobility and tend to miss when the enemy is moving away from her. Kartetia dodge counter is pretty broken, possibly the best dodge counter in the game. She is completely invincible during the animation. It has wide AoE because it's basically basic attack 3's animation, but deals more damage, and it moves Kartetia towards her target quite far while also slowing the enemy down during the animation, similar to Xiangliao's Liberation or Spectro Rover Outro, making this dodge counter a very good chasing tool and a way to deal free damage, while also transitioning Kartetia into basic attack 4 to inflict arrow erosion. Kartetia's form gameplay boils down to using attacks to summon short shadows for her forte, to be collected later using her plunge attack while also inflicting erosion with her various attacks, to be used later in Fleur de Lis form. The plunge attack Kartetia does, if she uses it while also absorbing 3 short shadows, will have high damage, decently long range, and a wide AoE, almost as wide as basic attack 4. Now for Fleur de Lis form. The gist of this form, she will do much higher damage if certain conditions are met. In short, within 12 seconds after the transformation, Fleur de Lis will receive a bunch of buffs from 3 short shadows that was absorbed and will deal more damage towards enemies with erosion. The 12-second timers can be paused by switching back to Kartetia form, so it's pretty versatile. Her ground basic attack animation in this form is quite lengthy, but there are ways to skip ground basic 1 and 2 to get into the good stuff that is basic attack 4 that has big AoE, long range, and slows enemy down similar to Xiangliao Liberation and Spectro Rover Outro. And then into basic attack 5, where she deals her big damage on a decently wide AoE. The skill in this form are split into 2 parts. Skill 1 has a long range and big AoE, and it will put Fleur de Lis in mid-air, while skill 2 is a plunge attack with a long range, big AoE, and quite a strong traction to group enemies together. The mid-air attacks in this form have long range, but the AoE is not very good. After she connects enough attacks and fill her forte, she can do her Resonance Liberation, a super long range attack with almost a screen-wide AoE, and since it acts as a Resonance Liberation cutscene, the attack basically almost never miss. Last but not least, the best in slot echo skill for Kartetia is the Reminiscence of Fleur de Lis, a summon type echo that will deal damage to the enemy and slow them down, you guessed it, just like Xiangliao Liberation and Spectro Rover Outro. Overall, I would say Cartetia has a good kit. Her highest damaging moves are locked behind her Fleur-de-Lis form via Resonance Liberation, but she can still deal respectable damage outside of it, making even her downtime not really a downtime at all. Lots of AoE, 3 moves with a slow utility, and her key moves having decent or even long range. She has requirements to deal high damage for sure, but she can fulfill the requirements by herself, making her self-sufficient. She is only lacking in on-demand mobility tool, as her mobility to chase enemy down are tied to her dodge counters in both form. So how does Cartetia perform in the various contents in Wuthering Waves? There are 4 of what I consider to be the mainstay contents in Wuthering Waves: the open map, Tower of Adversity, Whimpering Wastes, and Holograms. Cartetia's ability to slow enemies down using some of her moves and her attack range makes her quite comfortable to use in Tower and Holograms. Her AoE, grouping ability, and multiple instances of high damaging moves make her comfortable to use for Whimpering Waste. And since Cartetia deals consistent damage with decent AoE and range, that makes her good for farming in Overworld. She is an HP scaler with a thick HP bar, so she can also tank damage quite well. Her Fleur-de-Lis Liberation heals her for half her HP, add her consistent damage and insane dodge counter, and we have a great character for solo runs. So I would say Cartetia is pretty good for every content in the game. However, if you don't have Chacona, then Wiwa might be a bit rough and annoying, as you might need to swap back and forth between her 2 forms more often, unless you have something like Sequence 3 on Cartetia, then you might not need Chacona at all. Last but not least, how difficult is it to build Cartetia's team and Cartetia herself? The main topic when it comes to Cartetia's team building would be Chacona's existence. Chacona does make the experience of playing Cartetia much better, as she buffs Cartetia quite a bit, and she does also help inflict erosion consistently for Fleur-de-Lis form. But Chacona is not as needed as Phoebe in Zani team, for example. Cartetia without Chacona will deal less damage for sure and require Cartetia to swap back and forth from Fleur-de-Lis form. Meanwhile, Zani without Phoebe will deal significantly less damage, and if played with Rover, she will only be able to pull off 2 Nightfall combos instead of 3 Nightfalls, like when Zani is played with Phoebe. Cartetia without Chacona can be played in various teams with Aero Rover. There is Sanhua for her basic attack amplification, Shorekeeper for crit support, or even Changli for quick swap playstyle. The team with Chacona is without a doubt the best, since it not only does more damage but also make the playstyle easier. But the alternatives doesn't fall too far behind. There's also the factor of Cartetia being able to solo content herself. Now for the weapon options. Cartetia's signature is much better than every other options in the game for her. Her damage is quite high compared to other older DPS though, so her damage with standard 5-star weapon is probably not much different from some older limited main DPS characters' damage in similar condition. Although she can work without her signature, I would say pulling for her signature weapon is highly recommended. And finally, her echoes. Farming her echoes can be quite annoying and time consuming. She uses 44111 Windward Pilgrimage Sonata set. Normally, 44111 would mean it's going to be easy to build, but both of Cartetia's 4-cost echoes are part of 2 Sonata sets, so you will have to go up against an extra layer of RNG to even get a 4-cost echo with the main stat you want. Using 44111 also means lazy farming using Tacet Field will be less effective, as Tacet Fields have higher chance at dropping 3-cost echoes. Good thing is, she only really needs crit substats to function, as she barely needs any energy regen substats to get her liberation ready every rotation. The echoes can be annoying to farm because of RNG, but the substat requirements is pretty chill. And there it is, the results of my observation on why Cartetia is a great main DPS. I've been having a blast playing as her. I was not into Cartetia much when she first appeared in the story after we fight Hecate, but spending time together in Avinolium and playing through her story made me like her quite a bit, and I've been wanting to play her from 2.2. I would say my expectations for Kartetia as one of my most anticipated characters has been more than satisfied. She looks great, insane animation, great performance in every content in the game, and she's great for solo runs. I've been waiting for a limited DPS characters I like to have a good dodge counters because holograms are my favorite content in the game and dodge counter is done so often there and Kartetia's dodge counter is just insanely broken. I do have some nitpicks from her. For example, she only has a few good dreamscape buff in Fantasy of Thousand Gateways, but the few that works with her are really good. I would also like it more if she has more on-demand dash ability for mobility. Her jump in Fleur-de-Lis form is decent one, but it's kind of not safe to use. Well, maybe future characters will have it. Anyways, I'm planning on making a video talking more deeply about the first question of this video, so like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thank you so much for watching, hope you guys win your 50-50, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!
The power to split and merge matters.